Hello, it's 12:15 and you're watching Buzz News. I'm Samira Gova. Coming up, bouts of bad weather are hitting the south coast this week, causing a significant disruption to traffic, homes and businesses. The Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole area is set to be affected by flooding and strong winds. The Botanist is set to open in Bournemouth with the hope of bringing in new jobs and livening up the town centre. Poole's Town's new winger Keelan O'Connell bagged an assist on his debut against Havant and Waterlooville. The recent deluge of wet weather has led to high river levels in the south. The Environment Agency has issued flood warnings at a number of places, including Lower Stour. Tom Dingley has more.
The River Stour is facing a serious flood threat due to weather conditions over the next week. Stour Valley has already begun to flood as Storm Helena starts to hit the Dorset area. The Met Office has issued a yellow weather warning in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Ferndown. What this means is that heavy blustery showers and possible thunderstorms can lead to flooding, continuing to affect some roads and areas like this down at Stour Valley. The windy conditions have already caused parts of some trees in the area to fall, and the Met Office warns that the conditions are only going to get worse. The council is warning people not to drive through floods, be careful of falling branches and only to leave the house if absolutely necessary. Tom Dingley, Buzz News.
The Botanist is expanding its locations to Bournemouth with the hope of bringing in new jobs and livening up the town centre. This expansion is set to bring in 80 new job opportunities, with Thompson Construction in charge of renovating the 4th floor of Bobby's & Co. This brings hope of livening up the town centre with a new attraction. Bobby's has been a staple in the area, and with the new investment, it could flourish even further. 2 WH Smiths in Bournemouth are closing over January. Bournemouth Town Centre's WH Smith closed earlier this month, with another in Winton set to follow. Peter Carter thinks back fondly on his childhood memories in the High Street staple.
I used to spend a lot of my youth in there because they had a huge, great big part selling FX models and stuff. So yeah, every weekend Mum would bring us down to Bournemouth Square, and we'd always go in Smiths, and you'd always end up buying something. So it's a bit of a shock that something that's been around for so long, all of my life, is suddenly not viable and it's going.
Bournemouth University has conducted research into the risk that gambling poses to young people. The research found that 76% of people using physical gambling machines and online casino games experience problem gambling. The results show how online games blur the lines between gaming for fun and gambling with money.
Overall, we found that electronic gaming machines and online casino games carry the highest risk. So for online casino games, I believe the faster gameplay and quick rewards would be the key contributors. Generally speaking, for online platforms, they are usually designed to attract people to stay longer with persuasive, engaging elements.
Storm Herminia has hit the south coast with even more bad weather. Finn McCarthy is live at Boscombe Pier with an update.
Thanks, Samira. As you can see, it's still very windy down here on the south coast, and it's very choppy on the seas as well. People seem to be heeding the RNLI's warning about staying away from the sea. It's not particularly busy on this Tuesday morning. It's not all bad news though. This weather is set to clear up as we go through the week, so you can get those outdoor activities penciled in Thursday, Friday and Saturday onwards.
Now on to the sports news. Here's Joshua Green.
A brand new pickle and paddle club has opened in Christchurch. Will Lacey has the latest.
Paddle and pickleball are two of the world's fastest growing sports, especially here in the UK. At the Pickle Pad in Christchurch, they combine the both under one roof and are already overwhelmed with membership requests after opening just last week. The Pickle Pad is home to the only purpose-built pickleball courts in the whole of the UK, We're here to speak to co-owner Karen about what makes this place truly special.
What we're trying to build here, our ethos is to build a community. Community in pickleball, community in paddle, and where paddle and pickleball play together and actually socialise together. Certainly being indoor, it's great for the UK because we don't get the nice weather.
Karen also spoke about the huge amount of interest in the two sports and how specific courts make all the difference.
There is demand. People want to play paddle and they want to play pickleball. And the bonus here is you play on a proper surface, so it makes the pickleball experience, for example, very different to going to playing pickleball on a badminton court.
Tanya runs a centre alongside Karen, and she said she's been delighted with the positive response to the pickle pad.
It's been amazing, really. We've really been welcomed by the community. We've had a lot of interest. We've had a lot of good wishes from people, which has been great. It's been more challenging than we expected, but it's a learning process, and we've really learned and developed as people a lot as we've opened the centre.
Paul Town's newest signing, Cillian O'Connell, made his debut against Havant and Waterloo over the weekend. The 25-year-old was signed last week after being released by Weymouth. The young winger didn't get off to a bad start, picking up the ball and slipping Antonio Diaz for on goal. Unfortunately for the Dolphins, Havant top scorer Ryan Seeger equalised just before half-time. Despite a resolute performance to a team who have only lost one home game this season, the Hawks went on the counter to seal a 2-1 victory late on. AFC Bournemouth women beat Manchester United under-21s 3-2 in the semi-final of the National League Plate. The Cherries suffered an early scare as Aoife Farrell put the visitors 1-0 up within 10 minutes. However, Jeremy McGuinness levelled the score in just 3 minutes later. 9 minutes after the restart, Ellie Stripple poked the ball home, making it 2-1. Molly Barron-Clark's corner then went directly into the back of the net, putting the home team in cruise control. Despite Manchester United pulling one back with 12 minutes to go, Bournemouth were able to hold on to put themselves as place in the final. Speaking after the game, manager Steve Cuss couldn't have been prouder of his team.
I thought it was a really strong performance. I felt like we deserved it. I felt the first half performance, the keeper made probably 4 really good saves to keep it level at half time. But you know, that second half, I felt if we could get the ball in the attacking areas that we looked like we could score. And then I thought we caused them a threat all afternoon and took our chances. But obviously the late goal makes it quite tight at the end. But yeah, delighted to be in a national final and really proud of the team.
The final is set to take place in April, with a venue still yet not to be announced. That's all for the sport. Back to Samira.
Thank you, Josh. That's all for Buzz News today. Please tune in at 10:15 tomorrow morning to hear more. And in the meantime, visit our website, bournemouth.ac.uk.